Multi-factor authentication is one of the widely used feature of Azure AD. And to use this thing, first thing you can notice, I have switched to my organizational AD. So I have switched to my organizational AD inside which I do not have the same users which were there in the previous AD. That was my default AD associated with my Azure subscription, and this is a separate Active Directory which I have created later on. This AD is having only one user right now, which is the admin of my organization. And now, before I proceed to this one, I just want to enable multi-factor authentication for this particular account. And to do this thing, I'm first going to my AD, and inside this left side we have a security section. If we click on security, inside that we will have an option for multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication is also authentication, but it allows you to prove you are who you are by providing one additional level of authentication. It can be biometric, where you are providing your fingerprint and your retina. It can be a SMS, which is having an OTP, or it can be a Microsoft authenticated app using which you are going to provide the number which is a security code shown in that. We can have different kind of configurations for multi-factor authentication, and right now when I click on this, it's going to show me that you actually do not have multi-factor authentication associated with this. As we discussed earlier, to use this feature I need to get a free premium trial. If I click on this thing, they are showing me that you can have this option by two of this. Either I can get Azure AD Premium P2 directly, or I can use my Enterprise Mobility plus Security E5 feature, in which also I will get Azure AD Premium P2. So either you take a P2 of AD, which is a premium P2 version, or you can take the full suite, which is having all this thing inside that. I'm going to go for Azure AD Premium P2 trial, and I'm going to say activate. When we submit this request, it's going to validate this request, and based on that it's going to show you that you have successfully activated your Azure AD Premium. This is going to take some moments, and after this, if I go back to my security tab and if I click on this MFA, if the MFA activation is successfully done, this page is going to get changed. You wait for a few minutes and then you can refresh this full page, and when you come back to the same section, it's going to show you a different screen. While this is happening, I want you to do one more thing. You open a new tab. In a new tab, I want you to type aka.ms/MFA setup. This will ask you to log in with the proper credentials of your account, and there you can set up your multi-factor authentication configuration. It's saying that more information is required. I need to sign in with that, so I'm just going next, and you can see it's landing up on a particular page where it's showing me that using this page I can specify which kind of authentication I want to allow, and I want to configure for this particular user. Let's say I'm saying I want to do this thing through authentication through phone. I can choose the country. I can provide the phone number, and I can specify that send me a code by text message only. Now obviously these options are also based on the configuration which is done by a global administrator associated with this Active Directory. Whichever options they have allowed, I can choose only from those options. Now once I set this thing, I can click on next. It's going to go to step 2 where I have to verify the OTP which is sent to this. If I provide that, and if I verify, this will be that particular setting which I want you to do right now, because there are chances that when I do this kind of configuration, there are few people who are going to put some conditional policy access into Azure AD account, and they are going to lock themselves. After that, if you do not have a multi-factor authentication enabled, then you're not able to unlock your account. So there are chances that you can lock yourself with these conditions and the rules which we are going to configure. So my phone number is already set. If I want to additionally set an authenticator app also, which is Microsoft Authenticator app, we can do that, but I do not want to do that thing right now. One authentication association with this is enough. Now, obviously, after a few minutes, this will be enabled for me, and same for you also if you're doing this thing right now with me. Meanwhile, I'm just going back to my AD, and inside this AD, I'm going to my users. Once MFA is activated in your account, you can go to this particular user account, and you can see when you have list of users here, you have an option for multi-factor authentication. If we click on this, it's going to open a separate page where you are going to have list of users. And I can have multiple users here for whom I can just checkmark those users and I can enable multi-factor authentication for them. Now, because in this AD I have only one user which is having multi-factor authentication disabled because I have not enabled that thing, I'm quickly going to my another directory in which I have multiple users. So I'm going to click on switch directory and I'm going to my default directory again. My default directory is having multiple users associated with that. So now inside this default directory, if I click on users, I have multiple users. And if I go to same place, which is multi-factor authentication, this will land up on a new page where I have different users. I can checkmark a particular user who's part of this AD, and I can enable multi-factor authentication for that user. Remember, you are not allowed to set a multi-factor authentication for guest users. Remember, you cannot set multi-factor authentication for a guest user. The rule is multi-factor authentication can be applicable only on the domain users which are part of this AD, or it is part of organizational AD and then synced into this Azure AD. Guest users are not having a rights to deal with multi-factor authentication. Coming back to this, if you want to use multi-factor authentication, the most important part is you have to go to security. Inside security, you have an option which is conditional access. When you go to conditional access, you'll be able to see number of policies which are associated with that. You can also create a new policy and you can configure that on which kind of conditions you want your users should access this. What I mean by that is asking your users to provide another way of authentication using multi-factor authentication is not a good habit if you are going to do this thing always. Because normally when somebody is asking for any OTP or an authenticator app, we all are human beings, and most of the time if you make this thing very common, they will get the habit of providing OTP every time. And that is something which is not good for security reasons. That's why logically you have to create a conditional access policies which are going to help you when you want to configure those conditions when you want to ask for multi-factor authentication. Normally, when user is accessing from home or maybe from untrusted locations, we can add locations into this and we can ask for multi-factor authentication. Or maybe a device of the user or the IP of the user is not secure, that's why we are going to ask for multi-factor authentication. This kind of conditions needs to be configured by administrator to utilize multi-factor authentication properly. Exactly after this, you will have a next lab which is associated in this course, and you can understand how you can configure multi-factor authentication and conditional access for this particular user.